So today we are going to discuss the third type of a DC circuit, which is a series parallel DC circuit. Hope that everyone have studied the series DC circuit as well as the parallel DC circuits. You must understand, you must remember the main characteristics of series and the parallel circuit. Now, this third type, series parallel DC circuit, is the combination of first and the second type of a DC circuit, that is series DC circuit and the parallel DC circuit. There is no any new concept we have to learn in this third type is there. Get it, my point? So let's we consider that the three resistances R1, R2, R3, and they are connected across a battery of V volt. Is it right? Suppose, let me consider that this one is the first resistor, this one is the second resistor. When I want to connect, these two resistors are in parallel. How we can connect in a parallel? So the simple thing is that when one end of this resistor is connected to one common point and other end is connected to the another common point. Is it right? Right now, we say that these two resistors are connected in parallel. Now, when I consider that the third resistor and this third resistor is connected in series with this parallel combination, then how I can connect? Like this. So how I say that this third resistor is connected in series with this parallel combination? Because one end of this resistor is connected to the one common point of this parallel combination, so that we call it it is connected in a series with the parallel combination is there. Is it right? And now this entire series parallel combination is connected across a battery of V volt. Let's we assume that resistor R1, resistor R2, and this is a resistor R3. So can I make a one sentence from the circuit diagram here? Resistor R2 and resistor R3 are connected in parallel, and resistor R1 is connected in series with a parallel combination. So the question is that how the circuit current can flow through that circuit in this series parallel circuit. Let's we try to assume that current I, as we know that this is the basic property of a current always starts its journey from positive terminal of a battery. So the current I, it starts its journey from positive terminal. Is it right? Now, can I say that I current, it flows through a resistor R1. It flows through resistor R1. But when the I current, it comes at the first common point. Let's try to assume that this is, let me take that point here. Let me assume that this is a common point A and this is a common point B. Is it right? Now, when this I current, it comes at a common point A, it has its two different paths. Is it right? So definitely the I current is divided in resistor R2 and R3. So this current is divided. Is it right? But what happened at point B? At point B, again this divided current comes together. And which current it will be comes out from the point B? Is it right? Suppose I say that the current divided is I1 and that I2. Now this I1 and I2, once again it comes at point B, and definitely current I will come out from the point B and it will return to the negative terminal. Because we know that the basic property of a current, the what value of a current, it starts its journey from positive terminal, same amount of current should return to the negative terminal, because current always take the closed resistance path. Get it, my point? So in this way, the current can flow in a series and parallel circuit. Is it clear? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, if we see that Here I have written that the one sentence here register R2 and R3 are connected in parallel and the register R1 is connected in series with the parallel combination of R2 and R3 and the battery of V volt is connected in series with a parallel combination. Now, can I ask the question here? Is the applied voltage, now what is that applied voltage here? Here, this is, we call it's a applied voltage. Is it right? Is this applied voltage, its total applied voltage is available for R1 in this case?
Yes.
No. My question is that, is the total applied voltage is available to R1 only?
No.
Absolutely no. Because what? If you see that this total voltage is connected in between these 2 points. And this total voltage is available across this series and parallel combination. So suppose I say that the voltage across the resistor R1, it's a V1. Is it right? So what the voltage is available for the parallel circuit? Can I say that it's a
V minus V1.
Absolutely correct. So V minus V1. So that's why we say that, because this is a parallel combination and we know that the voltage across the parallel combination is same. Definitely you can say that it's a V2, but how you can calculate that V2? You can calculate by using the formula total voltage minus the voltage drop across that resistor R1. In this way, we can apply the series and parallel circuit rule to the any electrical circuit is there. Get it my point? Okay, so let me go to that, the next point here. Now, again, I have considered the same circuit diagram and we have to calculate the total resistance of the series parallel circuit. As we know that resistor R2 and R3 are connected in parallel. So how I can calculate the total resistance of a parallel circuit? We have that formula, 1 upon Rp is equal to 1 upon R2 plus 1 upon R3. But my question is that these are the two common points. I say that point A and this is a point B. My question is that in between which two common points the R2 and R3 is connected in parallel? So the answer is in between the point A and B. Now, this formula, as we know that it will give the reciprocal of total resistance of a parallel circuit, which is equal to 1 upon R2 plus 1 upon R3. So based on that formula, we can calculate that value of RP. Is it right? Now, if I want to replace this R2 and R3 with its resultant resistance, with its total resistance, so how I can replace? I can remove that R2 and R3 from that main circuit diagram, and over there I can place that the value of RP or the one resistor which value is a RP. But where it can be connected? It can be connected in between the point A and B, because the two parallel resistors are connected in between the point A and B is there. So that my simplified circuit diagram, it becomes, so this is a resistor R1, which is as it is. This is RP, which is connected in between the point A and B, and then that entire circuit becomes connected to that external DC supply. Is it right? So we say that this is a R1 and this is a RP here. And this is a voltage V. Is it clear? Yes or no?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Now, if you see that how these two resistors are connected. These two resistors are connected in series because there is a one common point and this common point is not connected to any another branch. That's why the total resistance we can calculate by using the formula R1 plus RP. Get it my point? In this way, we can calculate the total resistance of a series parallel circuit is that. Just apply the series and parallel circuit rule, nothing greater than that. Okay. Now see that. Once again, the same circuit diagram. Now from this circuit diagram, if you see that the total current I, this is the total current, which starts its journey from positive terminal. When this current I, it meet at a point A, the current is divided. Is it right? It can be divided in a two parallel branches. We say that it's I1 and I2. So can I write that equation for total value of current I, which is equal to I1 plus I2? Is it right? Again, if you see that at point B, this I1 current and I2 current, it comes at point B, then what value of current it should out from that point B, which is nothing but I, because I1 plus I2 is nothing but I. Get it my point? So that we can write the formula for the total current, which is equal to I1 plus I2. Now, my question is that what value of current it flows through R1?
I.
So definitely I. So this I, it current flows through that R1, and according to that Ohm's law, if current it flows through that R1, definitely voltage is developed across that R1. Is it right? And how you can calculate that voltage across that R1? Apply Ohm's law. Current flowing to that R1 into resistance of that R1. So that's why we can write the voltage across R1, which is V1, is equal to I is the current flowing to that R1 into resistance of that R1 is its R1. So we say that it's a V1. Is it right? Now, how to calculate that voltage across the resistor R2? Now, what is the current flowing through that R2? It's I1. Is it right? So, apply Ohm's law. If you know that the current flowing to that R2 and that resistance R2, so I can write I1 multiplied by R2, which is equal to V2. Is it right? So, this is about V2. Now, similarly, how you can calculate that voltage across that resistor R3? If you know that the current flowing to that R3 is I2, is it right? Then you can calculate that V3, which is equal to I2 multiplied by R3, which is equal to V3. But as we know that R2 and R3 are connected in parallel, so can we make a sentence here according to the main characteristic of a parallel circuit? The voltage across the parallel branches is always same. That's why we can write V1, which is equal to, V2, which is equal to V3. See that. Just try to read that all this equation. I have just written this equation based on the circuit diagram, which is in series and parallel circuit. So once this part will be clear, so definitely the point series and parallel circuit and the series parallel circuit will be completed here. If you have that any doubt, you please raise that out here. If not, we will try to solve the numericals based on the series and parallel circuit.
Hello.
Yes, please.
Sir, पॅरलल सिरीज मध्ये व्होल्टेज सेम असते ना?
अजून एकदा प्रश्न विचारा.
पॅरलल सिरीज मध्ये व्होल्टेज सेम असते, मग V2 आणि V3 सेमच असले पाहिजे ना?
इथं लिहिले की मी V2 आणि V3 सेम. लास्ट इक्वेशन बघा की तुम्ही काय म्हणलंय मी ते. पॅरलल सर्किट मध्ये प्रत्येक पॅरलल ब्रँचच्या अक्रॉसचं व्होल्टेज हे सेम असतंय. म्हणजे रेजिस्टर R2 च्या अक्रॉस जर आपण V2 कन्सिडर केलं, रेजिस्टर R3 च्या अक्रॉस V3 कन्सिडर केलं, म्हणून तर इथं आपण लास्ट सेंटेन्स लिहिलंय, हिअर R2 and R3 आर कनेक्टेड इन पॅरल, सो V2 इज इक्वल टू V3. बरोबर आहे ना? हाच प्रश्न आहे ना तुमचा?
हा सर.
हा, वी हॅव रिटन दिस थिंग्स. मोबाईल मध्ये दिसतंय का हे V2 इज इक्वल टू V3?
यस सर.
हा, ओके. Or so shall we start to solve the numerical?
यस.
So you just make the title, the numerical on series parallel DC circuit, and I think you should be ready with the calculator notebook for solving the numerical, because the calculator is the essential thing to do the calculation.
सर थेरी पार्ट नाही लिहायचा नोटबुक मध्ये?
नाही, थेरी पार्ट साठी तुम्हाला मी नोट्स प्रोव्हाइड केलेले आहेत. इफ यू गो थ्रू द टीचिंग डायरी, then I have provided that all the notes, all the PPTs and my video lectures. Also I have provided the assignment question, assignment book bank, is it right? And also I have provided MCQ book bank also. Whatever I have the study material, I have provided to you. You just try to go through it. And it's my suggestion is that whenever you want to do the study, you can write the theoretical part also for your understanding purpose, as well as you do the practice for the numerical. Hope that everyone have prepared. Hope that everyone have written the title, numerical on series parallel DC circuit. So let me take that the first example. Write down number 1, calculate the total resistance and the current. Calculate the total resistance and the current, and then draw the circuit diagram. Okay, so for solving the numerical, the our method is like that. Once I will give the time to draw something, then once your part is over, you just write it down in the chat box over, so that I will get that idea to go forward. Otherwise, many times I need to ask you or not, or not. It's not the case like that. So you just type it. Once 2-3 students have typed it over in the chat box, definitely I can go forward. Okay. Now, may I ask the question here? Just see the circuit diagram. Don't write it down anything. I will give the sufficient time. How these resistors are connected in the circuit. Now, how many total resistors are there? Total 3 resistors are there. How they are connected in the circuit?
Series.
How come?
कॉमन पॉइंट एकच आहे.
Okay. There is only one criteria. So you should give the B specific answer.
Different current and
सेम करंट अँड डिफरंट पोटेन्शियल डिफरंट.
Okay, but why? How you identify or how you say that these 3 resistors are connected in series?
Resistors are connected end to end.
Very good. Resistors are connected. What the answer I expect from you is that the resistances are connected end to end. It means that in between the 2 resistors there is a one common point, and that common point is not connected to any another branch, so that there is only one path to the flow of current. That's why we say that these 3 resistors are connected in a series. Get it my point? Now we have to calculate the total resistance. So let me try to write it down here. let me take that the pen here. When we calculate the total resistance, what is the formula for the total resistance, equivalent resistance, or series resistance, resultant resistance in the series circuit? So I say that R total, which is equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3. Is it right? So R1 is 4 plus 7 plus 9. So what is the value of R total? It's a 20.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then we have to calculate the total current. Total current. Now this total resistance is in between these 2 points. If I say that A and B, so this is the total resistance in between the point A and B is there, because in between that A and B, these 3 resistors are connected in a series. Now when I want to calculate the total current, we can apply that the Ohm's law simply, because we have the total voltage V is equal to I into R total, because here V is nothing but the total voltage, I is nothing but the total current, and R is nothing but the total resistance. So the total voltage we have, which is equal to 10, I we have to calculate, multiplied by R total is 20. So that I, it becomes 10 divided by 20. So can I say that I is equal to 0.5 ampere? Is it all? Okay. Now, the two things we have calculated, what is asked, we have calculated. But after that, my point is, suppose here I say that from this positive terminal of a battery, 0.5 ampere current it flows. And we know that the basic characteristic of a series circuit, the current flowing through each resistance is the same. When this 0.5 ampere current, when it flows through the 4 ohm, definitely certain voltage is developed, which is V1. Again, when it flows through 7 ohm, certain voltage is developed. We say that it's a V2. When it flows through that 9 ohm, again certain voltage is developed. We say that it's a V3. So can you calculate that the V1 here? So V1 is the voltage across 4 ohm resistance. And if I want to calculate that voltage across 4 ohm resistance, I must know that the current flowing to that 4 ohm resistance into resistance of a resistor, Ohm's law, I into R. So what is the value of current? Which is nothing but 0.5 multiplied by 4, so that it becomes 2 volt. V1 is equal to 2 volt. After that, if we want to calculate that V2, V2 is the voltage across the 7 ohm resistance. And when we want to calculate that voltage across 7 ohm resistance, we must know that current flowing to that 7 ohm resistance into resistance of this resistor, which is nothing but 7. Current is the same, it's a 0.5 into 7, which is equal to 3.5 volt. Similarly, we can calculate V3, which is nothing but the voltage across 9 ohm resistance, that is nothing but I into 9. So which is becomes 0.5 into 9, it becomes 4.5 volt. And what the main characteristic of a series circuit said, total voltage is always equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. Now V1 is 2 plus 3.5 plus 4.5. How it comes? What it comes?
10.
It's a 10 volt.
10.
It is verified. Main characteristics are verified. See that current is same, voltage is divided, total voltage is always equal to the sum of voltage drop across each resistance. Again, if you see that the main characteristics, voltage drop across any resistor is directly proportional to resistance of that resistor. म्हणजे इथं तुमच्या लक्षात येईल बघा, 9 ohm resistors, how much is the voltage drop? 4.5. 7 ohm resistance, how much is the voltage drop? 3.5. म्हणजे जेवढा रेजिस्टरची व्हॅल्यू जास्त तेवढं त्याच्या अक्रॉस द व्होल्टेज जास्त. Get it my point? That's why we say that it's a directly proportional. मग त्याच्यासाठी मेन कॅरेक्टरिस्टिक्स कायम आपल्या लक्षात असणं गरजेचं आहे बघा. इज इट क्लिअर? If it is clear, you please note it down. Note it down. Otherwise, if you have that any doubt, you can raise that doubt. Okay. So I will take that next example. Write down the second example. Calculate the total resistance and the total current and draw the circuit diagram. Okay. Now, all of you just have a concentration towards the diagram. Okay. So here, again, the three resistors, they are connected to each other and then they are connected to external battery. How these resistances are connected?
Parallel.
Why?
Two common points.
Absolutely correct. One end of each resistor is connected to one common point, I consider that point A. This is the point A, and other end of these three resistor is connected to another common point. We say that point B, so that there are so many paths are available as the number of parallel branches are present. Means here there are total 3 parallel branches are there. So we call these are the parallel branches. Parallel branch. So how many parallel branches are here? 1, 2, and 3. Is it right? And then when I say that current of I ampere, when it starts its journey, and when it comes at a point A, the current is divided in the 3 parallel branches, because there are 3 parallel branches are there. So 3 times the current is divided. Let's we assume that I1, I2, and I3. So these currents, we call it's a branch current, because it flows through one particular branch. Is it right? And the resistance of that parallel branch is, we call it a branch resistance. Let me clear these terms. Is it over? Okay. Now, as we know that these 3 resistors are connected in a parallel, so let's we try to calculate the total resistance. So we know that the formula, how we can calculate the total resistance, 1 upon reciprocal of total resistance is equal to sum of reciprocal of individual resistance. It means that 1 by 6 plus 1 by 5 plus 1 by 8. So can you give me that? What is that answer of 1 upon R total first? Now, the first time I will give that the sum hint, you just take a bracket, type it 1 divided by 6, bracket complete, plus another one bracket, type it 1 divided by 5, type it as it is with the bracket in the calculator, and just press equal to sign. Give me that answer.
0.491.
0.491. All of you please check that, and all of you do that individual calculation. Now, if I want that R total, because this is the reciprocal of total resistance, but I want that the total resistance, then take the reciprocal of this answer. Now keep this answer on your calculator as it is. Just type it 1 divided by, there is a one key, we call it answer A and S. 1 divided by, press that answer key, equal to, you will get the reciprocal of that answer. Give me that answer. What is that R total?
2.03.
2.03 ohm. This is the total resistance. Okay. We have that the total voltage, is it right? And now, if we want to calculate the total current, we can apply Ohm's law, is it right? So let me write it down here. Just apply Ohm's law. V is equal to I multiplied by R total. Now this is the total voltage. This is the total current. So we say that this is the total resistance. So total voltage is 12. I we have to calculate it, and R total is 2.03. So that I is equal to 12 divided by 2.03. So that I it becomes
5.911.
I it becomes 5.911 ampere. Is it right? Now, just have a concentration towards the diagram. And according to the properties of a parallel circuit, my question is that what is the voltage across 6 ohm resistor?
12 volt.
Yes. What is the voltage across 5 ohm resistor?
12.
And what is the voltage across 8 ohm resistor?
12.
Because we know that the property is that voltage across every parallel branch is remain same, and that is nothing but 12 volt. Is it right? So can we calculate that branch current now? Branch current. So when I want to calculate that branch current I1, we use that formula V divided by 6, because I1 is the current flowing to that 6 ohm resistance. And we know that our Ohm's law formula is V is equal to IR. So that's why I have written that formula. Is it any doubt related to this formula, how this formula it comes like that? Because this is nothing but Ohm's law. I just taken I at one side and other terms at the other side. That's why it comes V divided by R. So voltage we have that it's a 12 divided by 6, which is equal to 2 ampere. So current, is it right? Then I2 is equal to V divided by 5, which is nothing but 12 divided by 5, which is nothing but 2.4
4.
ampere. And then I3, which is equal to V divided by 8, which is nothing but 12 divided by 8, which is equal to
1.5.
1.5 ampere. And now, according to the properties of a parallel circuit, we say that I is equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3, which is equal to 2 plus 2.4 plus 1.5. So which is equal to 5.9 ampere. Just check it.
Yes.
Is it clear? Note down.
Yes.
Note down. Rule number 8. You please unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. Your mic is on. or okay. Take that next example. Calculate the total resistance and total current and draw the diagram. Rule number 46. Rule number 46. Once again, I will repeat rule number 46. Do you hear me? Rule number 46. If I will not get that response from your side, it means that you have just attended that meeting and that you just kept that mobile aside and you are doing something else. So in that case, definitely I will try to remove you. And once I remove from this online session, after that you will not join without my permission. Rule number 46, I will remove you now if you are not given me that any kind of a response. Okay, is it all?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, all of you please just concentrate here. Here we have to calculate the total resistance. But if you see the diagram, you can easily say that this 8 ohm and this 4 ohm, how they are connected? In parallel. And this 7 ohm is connected in series with this parallel combination. Is it right?
Yes.
So let's we try to calculate the resistance first. Let me try to calculate that the total resistance of these two parallel branches. And for that, I use that 1 upon Rp, which is equal to 1 upon 8 plus 1 upon 4. So can you give me that 1 upon RP is equal to how much? Do the calculation.
0.7375.
0.375. So that RP is equal to, take the reciprocal of it,
2.66.
2.6. Multiple times 6 it comes
7.
6.
67 ohm. Is it right? Now, this RP is connected in between these 2 common points. So that when I want to replace these 2 parallel branches with its resultant resistance, with its equivalent resistance, with its parallel resistance, with its total resistance. So I can write, say 1, these are the 2 common points, and here I can write 2.67, and remaining circuit is as it is. Now, how these 2 resistors are connected?
Series.
So I say that total resistance R total is equal to 7
R1
plus
plus
2.67. So that R total is equal to 9.67 ohm. This is the total resistance of this entire circuit. Okay. Then we apply that the Ohm's law to calculate the current, total current. So I say that V is equal to I into R total. Total voltage is 15. I have to calculate that I multiplied by 9.67. So that I is equal to 15 divided by 9.67. So that I is equal to
1.551.
1.551 ampere. This is the total current. Total current means what? The current which starts from positive terminal and end at a negative terminal. This is the total circuit current. Is it right? Now, this I means 1.551. It starts from positive terminal. What value of current it flows through the 7 ohm resistance? It's a I. Is it right? Because this I current, when it comes at point A, it divides into 2 parts, I1 and I2. Again, this I1 and I2, it comes at point B, and from the point B, only the I current, it comes out and it will return to the negative terminal. Now, if I current, it flows through the 7 ohm resistance, can you calculate that voltage drop across the 7 ohm resistance? Let me assume that it's a V1. आता जर आपल्याला V1 कॅल्क्युलेट करायचा आहे, V1 काय कन्सिडर केलाय आपण? द व्होल्टेज अक्रॉस 7 ओम रेजिस्टन्स. मग त्यातून फ्लो होणारा करंट आपल्याला माहित पाहिजे. मग तो कोणता करंट आहे? हो, दॅट इज नथिंग बट आय, आणि त्याचा रेजिस्टन्स अकॉर्डिंग टू ओम्स लॉ इट्स अ 7, सो विच इज इक्वल टू 1.551 multiplied by 7, so that V1 is equal to
10.85.
10.85 volt. ओके. आता इकडे लक्ष द्या. आता टोटल व्होल्टेज किती होतं आपलं? 15 व्होल्ट होतं, बरोबर आहे. त्यापैकी 10.85 व्होल्ट हे सिरीज रेजिस्टरच्या अक्रॉस गेलं. मग आता आपल्याला माहित आहे की आता जो काय राहिलेला पार्ट आहे तो आहे पॅरलल सर्किटचा पार्ट, आणि त्याच्या अक्रॉस व्होल्टेज हे कायम सेम राहतं. मग ते व्होल्टेज आपण कॅल्क्युलेट करू शकतो का? सपोज मी त्याला म्हणतो V2. हाऊ यू कॅन कॅल्क्युलेट दॅट V2?
15 minus V1.
So it should be total voltage minus V1, which is equal to 15 minus 10.85. So that total voltage it becomes, sorry, V2 it becomes
4.15.
4.15. 15.
15.
Yes. 15.
Okay. Okay.
Yes,
It means that this V1 plus V2 must be equal to V according to the series circuit. Is it right? But this V2 4.15, which is available across this 8 ohm resistance also, which is also available across the 4 ohm also. आता त्या रेजिस्टरच्या अक्रॉस व्होल्टेज माहित आहे, त्याचा रेजिस्टन्स माहित आहे, मग ब्रांच करंट काढू शकता का? Branch current, let me say that I1.
Yes, sir.
I1 कसा कॅल्क्युलेट करणार? Ohm's law ना,
By
V
using
divided
ohms.
by that resistance is 8. So voltage is how much? आता इथं V म्हणजे टोटल व्होल्टेज घेऊ शकता का तुम्ही? इथं सांगा. या फॉर्म्युलेमध्ये मी लिहिलाय I1 is equal to, better way I can write it down, V2 divided by 8. कारण त्या 8 ओहमच्या अक्रॉसचं व्होल्टेज किती ठरवलेलं आहे आपण? हे V2 ठरवलेलं आहे, which is nothing but 4.15 divided by 8, so that I1 is equal to
0.51.
0.51 ampere. And then I2 is equal to V2 divided by 4, which is equal to 4.15 divided by 4, which is equal to 1.03 ampere, something like that. आता या I1 आणि I2 ची ऍडिशन करा, which must be equal to 1.55. Approximately it comes. Is it right? येते का?
1.54.
अप्रॉक्सिमेटली येणार ना, पण पहिल्या फर्स्ट डिजिट पर्यंत तर सेम येते आफ्टर फ्रॅक्शनल पॉइंट.
1.5.
It means that it's correct. Means whatever the basic properties we discussed about the series and the parallel circuit, for that, to clear that basic properties, I have taken these 3 examples. Is it right? And now from the next lecture onwards, definitely we will try to solve few more numericals on the series and the parallel circuit, so that your concept about series and parallel circuit will be over. But before that, let me announce that the one thing, for the next session, you should be ready with the notebook and the calculator, and another one preparation is required. You read all the concepts of a series circuit, parallel circuit, and the series parallel circuit, so that it is very easy for you to solve the numericals based on, and you can enjoy that session is there. Otherwise, it's quite a boring thing is there, because what is going, how that value is calculated, what the concept it is, you must understand these things. Otherwise, everything will be quite difficult thing is there. Is it right? So today we stop here.